third one that I see a lot is not getting pre-approved. And there is a difference between getting pre-approved and qualified. When you get qualified, the only thing that we as a loan officer goes through is we get your verbal application or you fill it out online yourself. But when it comes to the income that you can actually use, that could be vastly different from what you actually make and what we can qualify you on. So even though you might actually make a certain amount of money, depending on how long you've been at the job, depending on if you're a W-2 employee or if you're self-employed, your pre-approval amount could look vastly different from that amount that you think you can afford. So what you need to do ahead of time and what you need to do to make sure that when you make an offer, the sellers think that you're really serious is you need to get pre-approved. Pre-approved means you actually send us documentation ahead of time. You send us pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, tax returns, so we can actually verify your actual approval so we know how much you can get approved for. The last mistake is actually not shopping your loan. Now, notice I said not shopping your pre-approval, because with your pre-approval, it's going to take time for you to get an accepted offer on a home. So the rates and the costs are all going to change at that time anyways. But when you're shopping your actual loan options, most people only stick with either the first place that they talk to or they only stick with the lender that their real estate agent actually suggested they talk with. And just because you got suggested that lender by somebody else who you're working with in the transaction doesn't mean that they have your best interest in mind. So what you always need to do is you need to shop your loan. You need to make sure you're comparing interest rates and the cost for that rate, the discount points that they might be charging you for that rate, because that can be vastly different from lender to lender. If you need to get a quote, if you're currently shopping your loan, make sure you reach out. All my info is on my profile. My website is there, myownmortgageloan.com, where you can price out your own loan from the 240 plus lenders that we use as a broker. And you can check out our best price guarantee. See you guys in the next one.